I'm not giving an opinion. I'm saying that in a household, this is not an opinion. This is, I'm putting it forward as fact. That's absolutely retarded. You just need to talk to more people.
Do you feel like you asking that question? You feel like something in college makes women want to?
I mean, I think it kind of goes back to like women out earning men have a hard time respecting the men they're with.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
I actually read into that data.
It's not true.
I read into that data and it explained why. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the time the women reported that they had way too much responsibility in the marriage. Mm-hmm. So they were expected to be in charge of the household duties and still work a job. And they had to...
Oh, come on. What % of modern women actually cook?
Wait. That is
20% of the men, when both parents are working, only 20% actually reported to doing household duties. That's scary when you're both working.
I mean, I'm just saying the shit's automated nowadays. I mean, you have a washing machine, a dishwasher.
Yeah, but
sure, you can say, but even at that, but as much as it's automated, men still don't do it.
Don't do it.
They still don't do it. That's the issue. Is that one of the big problems with households
for divorce?
It absolutely is a reason.
Chores?
When you get older and you manage a household on your own, Pearl, you'll see how fucking annoying it is when you're working and then you come home and everything is fucked up and horrible and nobody's fucking cleaning anything. That is a totally valid reason for divorce, of course.
Chores, to break up a home,
Pearl,
a family.
Have you lived in a filthy home before?
You've never lived with a difficult person.
If it is consistent, where you're consistently having to have that burden upon yourself, you keep telling him, please, can you clean up?
Like, it's so funny because like lifelong friends from like grade school to high school will dorm in college and then hate each other forever over like bad dorm roommates, and that's not even a relationship. So yeah, of course, I think stuff like this is perfectly valid. I think splitting up duties in the household is like one of the most important parts of like a relationship because it's where you're spending most of the time together. This is why I say people get triggered when I say it. I don't think you're even dating until you live together, because until you live together, you don't really know who the other person's like. And once you start living together and you see what the household duties are like, then you get a feel for what the relationship is.
I mean, I just think that like I don't know. I feel like that stuff can be worked out. Chores, like
hold on, wait. Do you understand?
Wait.
You're not saying anything. Do you do this intentionally? Where you're like, I don't know about that. I'm telling you that.
I mean, you're giving your opinion. I'm giving.
I'm not giving an opinion. I'm saying that in a household, this is not an opinion. I'm putting it forward as fact. In a house, delineation of chores is one of the most important things. That if somebody's constantly destroying the bathroom, leaving clothes everywhere, leaving dirty food in the sink, they can't clean their dishes or whatever. Like these things will destroy anything over time.
Yeah, but that's what she said. She said, "I'm sure we can work it out." That's
but they obviously can't because they're not though.
They're not working
it out.
Bro, then maybe these women that are making all this money, that they're making so much money working and they don't want to do the house chores, maybe they should go and get an older guy with more money so they can go and employ a maid and a cook.
What?
Yeah.
You guys
maybe
just
they
be
should
saying
do
anything, man.
How's that anything?
Okay, but then
you got what? Listen to what you just said. You said they're leaving the guys that make less money because they're expected to make money and do the house, and you were saying how hard it is because you're at home and you're doing all these chores. Okay, then don't be with a guy that makes less money. Find a guy that makes more money, and then you don't have to do chores because you employed a maid and a cook.
Okay, but then like you said, young guys can't complain then that girls won't date their own age because guys can't do house chores. Then you'd be like, oh, sorry, you're 25 years old. You have to be single till you're 35 and learn how to do the dishes. Like,
and only top 5% of men can even afford that. To be like, I'm gonna get a in the UK. How many men can afford that?
And what percentage of women are these high flyer women that are making 6 figures a year?
No, I'm not.
I'm just asking you because you're making this point about these women that make so much money and then they make
so much money.
Speak into the mic.
They work. So having a full-time job, on average, men or women are going into work. They're in the workforce. So obviously they're making money. I'm not saying they're high earners. All I'm saying is they're working. That's it.
Okay.
So the solution is men should understand that their women are also working. So how can I help, knowing that we're doing the same job? How can I make her life easy? Because she's making my life easy by doing the chores.
Pearl said that I'm sure there's a way you could work it out so that the house chores can be easy and good for everybody.
It should do the house chores.
Wait, let me ask a question. Do you think...
So do you think the man should do all the house chores because he makes less money?
Most of them. Yes, most of them.
Half of it.
All right, cool.
Okay, why do you think they're getting divorced? Do you think divorce is fun? Because they're college educated and they hate men, they're just like, oh, I'm just going to divorce because I hate all men. Like, why do you think they get divorced?
I think women divorce for no reason all the time.
Okay,
No
that's
good reason.
that's absolutely retarded. You just need to talk to more people then, because that's not true.
I talk to people
you don't
4
talk
days a week for a year.
Yeah, if you think that people just get divorced,
4 days
No,
a
you
week
go
on the
to your
street,
podcast,
on the street,
Red Pill Community. That's different.
Esther, you've never seen my street interviews. Then I've done so many street interviews. I talk to random strangers on the street all the time.
And you find women that get divorced like, oh, I just wanted to get divorced.
I mean, no, but the reasons they
Can I tell you the reasons?
Like
Because I
chores.
researched it.
Because
That's
dumb,
not dumb.
dude, oh my god, you're actually a child. What do you think love is? You're just like romantically going away to Venice like every year, and that's no. A relationship requires a lot of deliberate work, and things like hold on, things like chores are where relationships start to break down, and it'll steamroll into bigger things. Like a guy not doing chores ever might be a guy that you don't want to fuck anymore, and then you not having sex ever might be you guys just don't get along anymore, and then like 3 months into it, you fucking hate each other, and you don't know why, and you're not sleeping together even, you're not having any sex, you don't do anything together, and it starts over small shit. But anybody that's been in any relationship long term, I don't know how old you guys are, but if you've been in real relationships long term, these little things will pile up and fucking kill you. They're like the worst things. Relationships are not like this puppy, like romantic love constantly. It's doing the small things every single day to make sure the relationships work.
Yep.
Okay.
But you're just like LOL chores. Like I don't know what that means.
I mean, I just think that why do you have to let it get to that point?
I feel like
ask the guys that aren't doing the chores. Ask them.
Exactly. Ask the men. Why can't you do the chores?
You think it's controversial to say that I think chores is a crazy reason to get divorced and break up a home and put your kid at every statistical disadvantage that you possibly could?
No, because it's not just chores.
I just think that's a stupid
If you
reason.
can't do chores, you probably can't pick your kid up on time. You probably aren't paying attention to the needs of your fucking wife. You probably aren't keeping other important like if you can't do chores, everything else in life is probably falling apart.
You should have picked a better guy.
Cool. And then you know what? Then you divorce. Then you divorce. Find someone else.
Once you have kids, it's not about you anymore. I mean, I don't really. If someone wants to get divorced, fine. But like, I just think once you have kids, it's not about you.
Wait, can I just say, can we stop using this excuse of just pick a better guy as a answer every time women aren't happy about situation? Can we just hold men accountable and just say, please, can you help your woman out? If they
I'll help you.
They don't have a lot of options.
You can help
women,
with chores.
Thank you. Wow.
But no one was arguing that though. No one was saying that the men shouldn't do chores or do what he needs to do in the home. No one was arguing that.
That's exactly
My whole argument.
It's stupid enough not to divorce over it. That's you saying that men don't need to do it.
Esther, my whole argument is that I think divorce is stupid over chores. I think that's stupid.
I feel like you've never lived with someone that
she hasn't. Like that's the only
way you don't understand this.
You've
never lived with somebody that is like, you come home so tired, you've cleaned the house, you're ready to just sleep in your bed, and the house is a pigsty.
It's funny.
Was you in a relationship with a bum then? You've done it. So you sound like you've done it. Have you been in that situation?
I'm not gonna go into that detail.
I think it's really funny. I think it's really funny that when we have these conversations, we say LOL just chores, LOL just chores. But then when I go on any Red Pill podcast and I say, what is a perfect wife? What's a perfect woman? The only thing that the men say are women that do chores. I want a woman that takes care of the house, that cooks me a clean meal, that makes sure that my home is in order. Those are chores. That's all that is.
Do me a favor, Destiny. Put your head back a bit. I want to see her call me out.
Because you're a mom. That's why you're a fucking mom, bro.
No, you weren't being polite. You totally just pivoted. You accused her of being bad faith.
But this is like.